Our first topic of class 7th maths is integer. As you know that all counting numbers are called natural numbers, and if we include 0 in natural numbers, so they become whole numbers, and if we include negative numbers to the whole number, then they become integers. So we have three parts of integer: the negative numbers, positive numbers, and 0. Negative numbers are like -1, -2, -3. Positive integers, all natural numbers are positive integers like 1, 2, 3 and so on. And 0 is neither positive nor negative, means 0 has no sign. Okay. And you study about the number line in class 6th also. There is a 0 in the middle of the number line, and at the right hand side we can write the positive integers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and at the left hand side we write the negative integers like -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. And if we move on the right side of the number line, then integers increase, they become greater. So here you can see, if we move to the right hand side on number line, so which one is the greatest negative integer? -1 is the greatest negative integer, and 0 is greater than all the negative integers. Now here you know that everybody knows the comparison of the positive numbers, which one is greater, which one is smaller. And if you have to compare a negative and positive numbers, then always positive numbers are greater than negative numbers, and 0 is also greater than negative numbers. And the greatest negative integer is -1. It means if we move on left hand side, then the negative integer decreases. So if we are comparing like -100 and -1, which one is greater? So -1 is greater. -99 and -999, which one is greater? -99 is greater. Understood? So here are some properties of addition and subtraction of integers. The first property is closure property. Means if we are adding two integers, so their sum is always integer. So first topic is closure property. According to this property, if we are adding two integers like 5 plus 4, then their sum is 9. If we are adding two negative integers like -5 and -4, then their sum is -9. This is also an integer. If we are adding one negative and one positive integer, then their sum is -1. So this is also an integer. So this is called closure property. The second property is commutative property. Commutative property of integers means if we add two integers and if we change their order, means either we are adding a or a plus b or b plus a, in both the conditions their sum will be remain same. Suppose we are adding -15 plus 5, what will be their sum? -10. And if we are adding -5 plus 15, plus 5 minus 15, we change the order, then also their sum is -10. So this is called commutative property. Associative property, the third property is associative property. If we are adding more than two numbers like A, B and C, then we'll do the grouping of the numbers. If we group A and B either, and B and C, or A and C, in all the conditions their addition will be remain same. Like if we are adding three numbers, 6 plus 5 plus 11, so first we will group 6 and 5, their sum will be 11, then you add 11 in it, so their total sum will be 22. And if we change the grouping of the number, like we are grouping 5 and 11, then 6 plus 16, then also their sum is 22. And if we are grouping 6 plus 11, 17 plus 5, then also their sum is 22. So this is called associative property. If we add 0 to the number, in any number, then the number remains same. So that is why the 0 is called additive identity. Additive identity means a plus 0 is equal to a. If we add 0 to the any integer, the integer remains same. So 0 is called additive identity. Now the additive inverse, there are some difference between additive identity and additive inverse. Understand it properly. Additive inverse is if we are finding the additive inverse of positive integer, then it will be negative integer. If we are finding the additive inverse of the negative integer, then it will be a positive integer. Means if we add the additive inverse of the number to the number, then their sum will remain 0. Means if we are finding the additive inverse of -5, then it will be +5, and if we will add them, their sum will be 0. And if we are finding the additive inverse of +5, then it will be -5, and again their sum will be 0. Okay, so this is called additive inverse. Now these properties are for addition. Addition of integer is closed, and commutative property is also applicable for the sum of the integers. Associative property is also applicable for the sum of the integers. And for the subtraction of integer is also closed under the property of closure. Now the subtraction of integer is not commutative. Means if we change the order of the numbers, then their subtraction will not be remain same. Associative property, if we change the grouping of the numbers, then also their subtraction will not be same. So here also the subtraction of integer is not associative also. Okay, so these are the property of addition and subtraction of integer. Now here are some examples. If we are adding -32 and 47, if we are adding one negative and one positive integers, so we have to do the subtraction. We will subtract 32 from 47. So their subtraction is 15, and the sign with 15, we will see the sign of the greater integer. We'll put the sign of plus, that we don't write. Okay, so the answer will be 15 here. If we add two negative integer like -5 and -65, if we add two negative integer, then we have to do the addition of the numbers, and their sign will also negative. If we are adding two positive integers, then we will add the numbers as usual, and their sign will be positive. But if we are adding one negative and one positive integer, then we have to do the subtraction, and sign of the answer will be the sign of the greater integer. Okay, like if we are adding -47 and 32, then their addition will be -15, but the greater integer has minus sign, so we'll write here minus sign. Okay, in this way you can complete your first exercise, then we'll meet in the next video. Goodbye all of you.